Alright, so while I have the phonograph out of this, out of the bottom of the unit, I figured let me just do a real good inspection around it. And I found underneath here, there's like a spring of some sort. And I found that half of this was floating around down in here, and the other half was wedged right there. You can see the spot where the dust isn't. And it's really meant as an absorber or something to keep this pliable. So looking for a solution was pretty simple here. All I'm really using is one of these grommets. So I found what I think is the right size right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this and slip it over this this bar. You can see it's a flat bar. I'm going to slip it over. And we're going to slide that sucker over to where it needs to be. Hard to do this with one hand. I'm going to slide that right over there. That's exactly where the other one was. Okay? There you go. And all that really does is like a little shock absorber, and it keeps this thing pliable. What goes through here is that metal bracket that attaches to the front wood that you pull down when you put the record in. So what I'm expecting is that the metal bar sits in here, and this is like a tensioner and keeps it level and stops it from flopping up and down. Because if you look at the turntable itself, let me see if I can show you that real quick. If you look at the turntable, this is the bar that I'm talking about. This thing floats freely. Okay, so that bushing that I just put in there is just going to keep this thing from bouncing around. So that's piece number one. The rest of the underside looks clean. I've cleaned it, and it's all ready to go. I've cleaned all the metal, and I think this piece is just about done. On the bottom, they have a piece of masonite, I guess. It wouldn't be cardboard back then, whatever they called it. And it's screwed in, and they've got some odd screws there holding it in. I'm not going to disturb that, no reason to. And that's where we are. It looks like there's one of those screws missing here, but that's okay. So that's where we are. We've got that piece in, and I'm going to continue working on the hum. By the way, I have to give a shout out to Don. I'm a junk collector. He said, hey Ron, that hum that you have, if you short out the ground right here and the red wire right here, those are the only two being used. If you short it out and turn it to phonograph mode, the hum will disappear, and he was absolutely right. So I have to figure out what that means. It could be a ground loop. I have to go back underneath and take a peek and look and see what's going on. I did order the up-to-date schematic and revisions. Actually, I found out from the Philco forum that they didn't make a schematic for the code 130 that I have. So all they really did was they used the base schematic that I have, which was the code 121, and they published revisions and changes. So I did send away for those, and I'll get those in a couple of days, I guess, and I'll start to poke around at the audio section here for the phonograph and see if I can figure out what the issue is. And that'll help me solve this problem. But it definitely sounds like it's some kind of ground loop. And we'll solve that. No big deal. No rush. We take our time with this stuff. So anyway, that's where we are. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'll be back. Here's something new to show you. So I got the replacement LED bulbs. So this looks like it's going to work. This is a G7. It's a 3-watt bulb. I'm going to pop that in there and see what happens. If it blows up or if it works. Be right back. By the way, to get this bulb out, you just slide this off of this this metal bar. You need 2 hands to do it, but it slides off. You change the bulb and put it back on. Be right back. By the way, when you take the bulb off, it's probably good to remove that tube. There's a lot more room. So I've got the new bulb in there. I'm going to slide her on and we'll power it up and see what happens. Alright, I'm really going to try this for the first time right now. We'll see if it works. Let's turn some power up. Here goes nothing. Woohoo! That looks good. Not as bright as the original bulb, but I'm okay with that. And these things are supposed to throw virtually no heat.
Still many opportunities out there to hustle money. Why give it up? That's obvious, isn't it?
Very cool.
The whole thing was a shell to
So,
set up Hillary's presidency.
so here we go.
And to get the Clintons and walking around like cash
LED
money.
bulb.
Walking around money.
Replaces those old
And now that she's
hot
not going to be
Christmas
president,
bulbs.
Any more on her running for
There's a
mayor?
good tip for you folks. If you're doing one of these,
Was it mayor or
get
governor?
one of these. Get them on Amazon.
And there's no more scuttlebutt on that?
I'll be back. It works like a champ.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
Okay, I've got the light bulb in. I just want to go through a little bit of visual inspection of this case with you so you can see what it looks like. And you'll see it's in fairly good shape. This is a veneer of some type, so it's not too bad. I'm going to go over this with some Old English polish. I think that'll do fine. And then I'll mask it off and fix all of this. I'll take the dial glass out and fix all this stuff. I believe that I can get new decals here. We'll see. I may be able to salvage this. I'm not sure yet. And you'll see that the speaker cloth is, although not dirty, pretty ragged. On the sides here, you'll see that there's paint missing, but it's in generally good shape. I can easily repair that. That's not a problem. And then same thing on this side. Just a little bit of wear and tear here. Nothing that I couldn't fix. Let's take a look on the inside of the cabinet and see what's in there underneath. Let's pull this thing up. Okay, so there you see your dial glass. And all wood construction, obviously. And it's pretty solid. Oh, what's that? How'd that get in there? It's a coffee mug. 1946. Philco Bing Crosby 46 1201. Huh. They must have put that in there in a time capsule or something when they made the unit. How'd that happen? Really, really weird. Alright folks, joke's up. I received this in the mail today from one of you. And I'll echo what that person would say if it was the other way around. I don't know why you did this, but I really, really appreciate it. So let me explain a little bit, and this will be put to very good use, trust me. So let's take a step back and I'll explain who this mug is from. Be right back. Okay, this mug. First of all, I really appreciate this. This means a lot. You don't really know how much, but it does. This came from our good friend John in Arkansas. Joe or none. You know what that means? Shout out to Joe or none. But let me just take a step back here. You know, I got into this hobby last November, so I'm about, maybe before that, about a year and a half into the hobby. And there's a good number of you that I've come to really like and respect and call you friends on YouTube. And you know, none of us have ever met really, but I'm really, really impressed at how much everybody takes care of everybody. And I see it all the time. I see, you know, people sending people things and being really, really generous with their advice, that type of thing. And you know, John, I have to embarrass John a little bit here. First time I ever bought a radio to work on, I was on eBay one night and I saw this thing. I said, oh, that'd be fun, you know, $10, why not? And then I went on YouTube and did a search for antique radios, and the first thing that popped up was one of John's videos. And I went ahead and I watched the entire series. I believe it was an Atwater Kent Model 40 that he was working on. That's the one with the boat medallion for his son. And I watched him work on this thing, and he explained everything that he was doing, and he was very, very meticulous, but he was very, very genuine. And I got to watching that video series, and then I watched the next one. And I watched a couple of older ones, and I said, you know, this is fun. This guy's really, really good. And kind of to the point where I just love his videos. And, you know, he does a really, really good job. It's a practical approach, but I have to say, everything that I know, everything that I've learned in this hobby, I've learned from John, at least from the start. Now, all of you, the rest of you, also do a great job, too, of teaching me things, like Doug. and Carl and Gary and Buzz and Mr. Carlson and even Old Goat. And these are some of these people subscribe, some of them don't, but that's okay. These are the people that I normally watch, and I watch you because it's fun. You know, I learn something. D-Lab, Terry from D-Lab. I learn a lot from watching Terry from D-Lab. So I really do learn from all of you, and it's a really rewarding experience when you can, you know, have an open mind and learn things about people. So I appreciate, John, what you sent. I really, really do. It means a lot. It definitely goes with my project, and there's no problem there. And I'll definitely be able to use that while I work on this and figure out why I have a ground loop here on this chassis. Although I think I know why, but that'll be covered in the next video. So, John, I just want to say thank you, and I also want to say thank you to all of you. It's really, really cool that I put up a video and you're actually commenting. I had a couple of new people here that commented recently, that, you know, new subscribers. That's really cool. You know, I've had a few new people that you know, left me some feedback, and I appreciate all of you too. All right, and we'll get to know each other, and I'll help you, you help me. That's how it works. We support each other. So anyway, I'm done preaching for the day, and hope you enjoyed this video. My next one will be all about how I fix the ground loop and the hum that I've got, the 60 cycle hum on the phonograph channel. And we're going to start to restore this cabinet. This cabinet needs some work, so I'll start doing the prep work for that. And that's where we are. So over and out. This is Ron. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Bye.